Thanks for tuning into the channel today. We're out here on the 2022 model Classic 350 Reborn, and this is in the Marsh Grey edition. And I just thought I'd call out here, take the bike out away from the house and just show you what it looks like now with the Royal Enfield saddlebags I've just put on the bike. And these are in what they call the colour light green. So I fitted the saddlebags a couple of days ago, and what I'll tell you about the saddlebags, they only cost me around about $220 Australian with the saddlebag supports, which I thought was a pretty good deal. They look pretty good on it too. They're almost a perfect match for the colour, especially for the Marsh Grey or green, whatever you'd like to call it. But either way, I think it looks really period style on this particular bike. Now in the link on the description, I'll put another clip there which show you how I went about fitting these bags. Also a link to the bags if you want these particular bags, because they vary in price. So I found out which was the best price, cheapest link you can get for the mountain brackets itself. A clip there also included how I went about fitting it, stuff like that. And I think overall they look very smart on this particular bike. I think they run in around about 10 or 15 litres per side. They've got a liner inside of them, so if you get out there and gets a little bit on the wet side, well, that'll stop your goods from getting rained on or soaked and ruined, something like that. Probably the only thing you might have to do is put a waterproof compound on them long term and go that side of it, but you know, that's sort of something you could look into later on. And I think you pick up 20 bucks for a waterproofing compound. You can just spray over the bags and that would help you long term and get you out of that problem. But apart from that, really like the look of this Marsh Grey or green, and I think it looks really army period style. So I think it's really a great little bike. I haven't put many Ks on this particular one compared to the blue, but the blue's been a really good runner. Really happy with that particular bike, but I really am happy with this bag setup on this one. It's the only, apart from the spring kit on this bike, it's the only option that's running at the moment. But I am still chasing down the heel and toe shifter for the bike. But what I'm saying now is that if you're on the fence and you're thinking about a set of bags, give this idea a bit of a thought, because there's not much money involved for $220 Australian, which is probably only 150 US. And I think you'd be really happy with the results, because I figure later on when I go out and I'm running the drone and packing all the other stuff in and going on a run, these bags are going to come in handy for carting all my stuff around, because it gives me around 25-30 litres of extra storage capacity. And you know, you'd be surprised how well it's you know, how much you could store in something like that. What I did find so far, when I'm riding around with the bags on, you hardly know they're on the back there anyway, so they're no hindrance on you. They're not sort of interfering with the bike, riding it along. No trouble stepping over the saddle to get onto the bike, even though they look like they sit up a little bit higher at the back. Doesn't seem to worry with the factory seat on this particular bike getting on it. So, you know, it's not a drawback when you're cocking the leg over to get over. So I haven't actually hit them or anything like that since I've been getting over it. So, you know, and that's being 5'9", 82 kilos, I think 32 inseam, something to that effect. So there's no drama whatsoever getting on and off the bike. So I think overall, if you're after a set of these saddlebags, go for it. And like I said, there'll be a link in the description. Could save you some bucks because they vary in price. When I bought the first set of rails, for example, I was selling at that stage from anything from, I think it was $140 to $200 a set, and that's going back 1 month ago. They've dropped in price now, and I found the cheapest ones there in that description. You can pick them up at the moment, so keep that in mind too. And same as the bags too, they vary in price too. So once again, thanks for tuning in, taking a look. If you like what you see and you're happy with the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch up with you on the next clip. And thanks for tuning in, taking a look, and see you later, and safe riding.